it's over for daydream cells, man. You know, I want to say I spend around 90% of my time daydreaming. And I want to say it started when I was like around maybe 12 or 13. You know, my mom would always tell me that like, oh, you know, just sit tight, just wait till I get home, and then we could do things, you know, just sit tight. And that's what I would do. And she would come home at like, and like, you know, the older I get, I kind of realize that like, I think she was just saying that like, just for me to like not like get my hopes up and shit. But basically she would always take away my video games. Like I didn't have any like technology. Like my mom didn't let me have a phone till I think my freshman year of high school. Like one of those like smartphones where you can like you know, play games on it and do shit. And the only thing I had, I think, was a Wii. I think. Yeah, I had a Wii, and then I think I eventually got an Xbox when I was like maybe 15 or 16, I don't know. But she would always take the fucking Wii away from me. It could have been for any reason. Like she told me it was like unproductive, and she would like always take away like the controllers and shit. She would like take them to work, and that would literally leave me to do nothing. And this is no joke. I would literally stare at the wall and just daydream about a better life. Like I know it sounds brutal, but like that's the truth. Like that's all I used to do, was just stare at a wall and just daydream. Because like what else can you do? You know, I had no copes. I had like no one to talk to, like nothing to do, you know. I would spend like literally, I want to say like 90% of like my time just daydreaming, just sitting inside, you know, when I was 12. And it got especially bad when I was like 17 or 18, the daydreaming and like zoning out. Because like at that point, you know, like missing out on teen love, you know, the social development shit, I was like getting like worried and shit. And like that's when like the daydreaming got so bad that like I literally couldn't even focus on like people talking to me and shit without like zoning out. And like even now it's like hard to do tasks and do shit without like zoning out and thinking about shit. Now, there is this scene in The Joker that really hits home. Like it's probably the scene itself gave me goosebumps. Like that's how like scary, like relatable it was. Basically Joaquin Phoenix's character, he's in the elevator. He meets like some girl in there, starts talking to her, and then, you know, in like the upcoming scenes, like he's with her, they're holding hands. He seems like relatively happy. And then it's revealed like near the end that like he goes into her apartment and she says like, what are you doing here? Like, who are you? Like all that stuff. And it's revealed that he was just daydreaming about it. It was all in his head. Like he basically had an imaginary girlfriend, you know, and it was so brutal because I did that exact same shit, you know, and it's just like, damn, you know, like I couldn't even, and I remember like I was watching that movie with my mom. My mom thought that was the most like disgusting movie in the world. And I was like, geez, you know, it like, there's like so many like resemblances, you know, of me in that movie. I mean, it was a good movie, like I'm not gonna lie, but like I don't think it was that great. Like I don't think it has, a good movie has rewatchability. I don't think The Joker has rewatchability. But yeah, man, I'm telling you, that scene gave me goosebumps because I did the exact same shit as that dude did. You know, just like having an imaginary girlfriend, you know, coping, because like I know like all I am is just a loser, you know, sitting in my house doing nothing. And like that's the thing too, like I always like whenever like I stop daydreaming and like actually like take a like snap back into reality, like I get like so miserable because like I'm like, damn, like I really do have nothing going for me. Like I truly am a sub 5 ugly loser, man, you know. And like I just missed out on so much shit. I think that is probably the main reason why I daydream so much, is because I missed out on so much shit. Like I'm just trying to make up for it in my head, you know, just like thinking about different shit. But I mean, even in school too, you know, like when a teacher would be like, oh, you know, you can do whatever you want, kids, like near the end, everyone would whip out their phones, but me, I would just like be sitting there daydreaming and shit, you know. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, you know, daydreaming, because, like, you know, when you're looking at your phone and shit, like, that's not really where, like, thoughts come from. You're kind of just, like, a zombie on that shit. But then again, even when I daydreamed, it was never anything productive. Like, I know it sounds brutal, but like I always daydream about like having a relationship and shit, and like, you know, talking to people, just doing like fun activities, just like normal shit. Like, that's all I daydream about, you know. And it's like they're like so intense sometimes too, man, you know. I mean, obviously I can tell the difference between, you know, daydreaming, like, no duh, but like it's like intense, you know. Like, I will zone out, like stare at like a wall or whatever the fuck for like you know, some time, just like daydreaming. And it's not even like it's all just like normal shit, you know. So yeah, like, how many of you guys daydream? You know, spend your time daydreaming, because like I want to know if like I'm the only one who does that shit. Because like I've tried to like talk to people and say like, oh, do you daydream about like better life and shit like 24/7? They're like, nah. I'm like, damn, how do you not do that, you know? But yeah, it's really bad. It takes up like 90% of my time, especially nowadays. Oh my god, the zoning out, the daydreaming is getting like out of hand. Like, I can't even do simple tasks, like even washing. Like, this isn't even a joke, and this has been going on for years. Like, whenever I go to do a task such as like the dishes, you know, folding my laundry, doing anything, I literally have to keep coming back and forth to it. Like, it'll take me like an hour to like, or two, to like do the dishes, because I keep zoning out, you know, and just in my head, you know, just thinking about a better life. But yeah, and like some people say like, oh, that's ADHD, but no, I don't think so, because like I think like if it was something interesting I'm doing, I'd be able to concentrate on it. I think the problem is just like I just daydream. Like, I'm sub 5, it's over, I got like nothing right now. And daydreaming is like the only thing I've been doing for the past like decade. Like, it really, like the past decade, like the daydreaming is just like crazy, to the point where like it's hard to focus on certain tasks because of how bad the daydreaming is. But yeah, if you guys have had daydreaming, you know, or that shit, then yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it.